Roddy raid. Hadn't officially started my stream yet. Guess I should. Welcome everybody. You were waiting? Ah, okay. I'll start queuing right now then. Hello everyone.
Let's go.
Thanks so much for the raid. Middle of a 26-minute game. 27-minute game. Thank you. Have a good night, Roddy. People come here to watch you queue. Well, I got a queue to get a game. Thank you, Green Pyre, for the sub. What do I think about the new patch? There's a patch command in the stream title. Patch. I'm just gonna talk about it like once. I'll go over it pretty in depth. But I don't want to just answer the same thing over and over and over and over and over. So I'll Hello, Navgra. Thank you. So I'll just go over it once pretty in depth, and I'll have the command link to when I talk about it in the VOD or something. Do I watch any political streamers? I do not. Are political streamers popular nowadays? Any plans on creating a YouTube channel? For VODs, eventually. I don't know if I'm not planning anytime soon on having like unique YouTube content. I don't know, I've just been trying to get the rhythm of streaming once a week for now, which I never really did for many years, so it's been working so far. Isn't Destiny kind of political? I suppose. I haven't watched Destiny in many years either. See if Europe Ladder has many people playing right now, or if I should switch to NA. I think there should be a few people left at this time. A Protoss is easy tutorial on YouTube. I could make a Protoss tutorial one day. What's my weakest matchup right now? Maybe Terran, CVT. Got a game, nice. Ricky, hello Ricky. 5500 Zerg. What's up, Ricky? Are you still in Sweden? Yeah. Waiting for the quarantine to get lifted on entry for Korea. Oh, they did? Oh, cool. Didn't even hear about that yet. Thought it was a matter of time since the election. Serious face when the game starts. A lot of people make weird faces when they play StarCraft. Yeah, are you gonna start streaming StarCraft again after the patch, Ricky? No more Turtle Sky Toss every game? Nice. Miko streamed again yesterday. I watched the VOD. Gotta study up. in-game sound, but it's faint. I just doubled it. This hatcher's a second or two late. I want to stay till I see what this larva is, just because. Okay. I was concerned it could be something weird. Do the old classic quick roach push. Maybe I shouldn't be forcing this. I think it's fine though. Happy to trade out these units. No roach speed even. Cancel this creep. Glad clean walk still works in ZVZ. Oh, we're not in the patch yet, but yeah, you don't have to worry about creep for chance views in ZVZ. Hello, Uko. Played you a bunch of games yesterday. Still don't recommend the 2 base opening CVZ with Bailey Nest. What are you trying to accomplish with that build? Like, I don't think it's even safer. Because you have no larva to make Ling Bane. Ah, yeah. It's kind of similar-ish to why people don't go 3-hatch before bull in ZVZ. Because your opponent can just make a Ling Bane and then you don't gain any advantage by doing it. Because you have no injects. So it's not like you have more larva and then like you can't afford to make all your queens and get your eco ready. 3-hatch before bull is a crazy build. It's not even good. It's not good in any matchup. People experimented with it more earlier in Legacy of the Void, but we've realized that it's not good at the top level. It doesn't put you ahead against anything. Except if they like don't scout and don't make an adept or whatever. It was good in Heart of the Swarm, was that it? It was probably better, yeah. I don't really remember that far back, the specifics on the build orders, but people didn't really go speed as much because there wasn't like adepts. So against
Can we
Protoss.
watch some Chris Bumstead video?
I don't know who that is. Hold on. Liquid Clem. Big match, big match. Float some larva with 30-36 hatch. You don't really float that much larva though, do you? Not sure what one you're referring to in the builder. Maru, thank you. And Babot, thank you as well for the subs. It's gonna be a hard one. I beat Clem a few times on ladder when he was playing NA a few days ago, but now we're on his turf. At least the map is good for me. I saw Ali Malik tweeted at Clem's dad to wake him up the other day for a tournament. It's kind of amusing. And Anada, thank you. Juan, what do you think of Sixlings? CVT. All the Europe Zergs say I shouldn't do it, but I'm tempted. At least on like the maps that aren't huge like this one. Beowulf, thank you, thank you. Rogue does 6, same with Dark. I know, I know. I think I'm gonna start doing on the small maps, regardless of what the Europe Zergs tell me. Because you're gonna want them anyways, right? Especially with a build with like a later speed like this. It's a bit nicer against the YOLO first 2 Hellion run-bys. One Hellion. Oh my god. Gotta be prepared for some quick drop action. EU latency. I go for late metas. Been wanting to learn the build order a bit better. Some really bad fights so far. Maybe I still have some chance. I don't know. Maybe took too much eco damage.
Mutation complete. Our forces are under attack.
Oh no. Do not have to one-shot it.
The hive cluster depleted. A creature is under attack.
GG. Took some pretty bad fights that game. Pretty bad fights. Hello, Zombie Grub. Liquid clam. Liquid clam is scary. Is there's no lag or anything, right? I doubled the bitrate on the stream today and I was wondering if like I would drop frames or anything. But hopefully it just looks better. No lag? Okay, nice. I can try even a bit higher next time then. I had it set on 2500 kbps before, which is really low for 1080 60p. What's my up? I don't know. I think it's pretty good right now. I think we have fiber or something now. Yeah, I was gonna go into ultras, but I couldn't really afford it. I had a fine work account and stuff, just I took a few bad fights, so I was always on the back foot a little bit. Lower leg than I'm used to for more streamers. I mean like leg, not delay. Army tab, yeah. It's always a bit misleading when you're playing mutas though, because mutas are quite expensive compared to how well they'll actually do in a fight. So you kind of want to be a bit above the Terran in army value when you're playing Mutilating Bane, at least after like this stage. Did you want to stay on 100 workers? Yeah, for sure in CVT. Basically always want that in, unless you're like have a huge bank and it's super late game or something. gonna try the Rainer opening with but with 6 links. Maybe this will be a good standard ZVT opening. Why do we stop at 5 camera location hotkeys? It's just harder to reach after there if you have a fairly standard hotkey layout, at least. And you're not necessarily taking, like, the game doesn't go to 6, 7 base as often, plus it's more dependent on the game where you're taking your bases at that point, so it's less of a habit of where you know each camera location maps to. Okay, Reaper. Then I'll make 2 more links here. Overlord, 3rd base. Just feels so much easier to get the creep tumor down with 6 things.
The hive cluster is under attack.
So how Raynor plays the opening against Terran is he'll only use 1 inject in the main. I should have made this queen in the main, probably. And then he makes the creep tumor here. He deserved to lose that Reaper there. And then just, every time a queen pops in the main, he'll inject and add it to his army until he makes the, it's time to make a layer. Thank you, Disc, for the raid. What is with these Terrans today? Very nice. Oh, I should start my 4th already. Ideally, you want 2 gas 4th base. It's Terran. It's a decent amount of Hellions. Maybe should be a bit concerned about a battle cruiser, so I'm gonna send some queens into my main. I don't know, where's your scout coming in? Yeah, it looks like it could be a BC. Start a spire right away. Oh, I didn't have a spore there. I'm gonna cancel the armor to get range.
Metamorphosis complete. Our forces is under attack.
Might as well contaminate this. Gonna go corruptors. Not the biggest fan of mutas against mech. It's much less consistent style. It's easier to lose the game accidentally. Just get our drone count up.
Game paused.
And we're gonna start massing units next. Cool.
Game resumed. Metamorphosis complete.
What did we double the bitrate to? Looks crisp.
Tour is
To 5k, it was 2500 before. It's pretty low actually. Been scarred since the days where I had terrible upload.
forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our drones are under attack.
Scarlet Heart.
Thank you.
Mineral field depleted. Mutation complete.
Kill some rocks and attack. Guy wants to play extreme turtle style, it seems. It's not a good choice with the corruptors.
Mineral field depleted. Process complete. Mutation. Forces are under mineral field depleted. Unacceptable command. Mineral field depleted.
Where did you go?
Metamorphosis complete. Mineral field depleted. Mutation complete. Metamorphosis complete. Agreed to mineral field depleted. Metamorphosis complete. Forces are under mineral field depleted. A creature is under attack.
Ghosts?
Depleted. Forces are under attack.
Go Broodlords, I suppose.
Mineral field depleted. Mutation complete. Our forces are under attack.
Just gonna make some brood lords, trying to end the game. Should be able to. What a mess. I'm learning new hotkeys since yesterday, so it's a bit sketchy, my control sometimes. Oh, this guy deserves to lose right now. No? Ah. Really surprised I didn't catch that. What a mess of a game.
Mineral field depleted.
Hmm?
Our forces are under attack.
What? Take a fourth? Oh, a fifth? Fifth base?
Big fan. Love your stream.
Mineral field depleted.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I should say play like Mario. Mario plays mech. Fluttershy, thank you so much for the 3,000 bits. Really appreciate it. Ghost strong. I don't think... I think he was playing a bit too much with the ghost though. Like running out and sniping stuff.
It's amazing to see regular Scarlett streams. Scarlett Heart.
Warnell, thank you so much. Again with a big donation. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Did I unbind move command? Oh, I guess I've had it unbound for a while now. What's this? Shadone. The famous Cannon Rush proxy battery user. Played this guy at DreamHack Montreal in like 2018. Shield Battery rushed 4 games in a row. It was a very cool series. So I removed my all army hockey yesterday. And then what else did I do? I switched the alt hockeys to my default control group hockeys. And then I changed my Nidus hockey. So I'm playing a little like slower than normal, just trying to get used to stuff. Close 3-2 series Vishal, yeah, that's right. Won 2 games against Proxy Battery, lost 2 games, and then game 5 he played Macro. But... oh wait, I said I would do a patch review thing. I guess I'll do that after this game. It's been an hour into the stream. No forge. No chrono boost. Okay, now there's a chrono boost. Looks like Stargate, most likely. Warpgate is very, very late, so it's probably a Stargate, yeah. If they delay a little, they can still be playing Robo, but... double chrono boost? Okay, no void ray so far. This is nice for me. Could just queen walk, but there's no point really practicing it so much when patch is coming soon. All I need to be checking for is adept weapons, basically. Third oracle. Okay, you don't really have to be worried about depths after 3 oracles.
Our forces are under attack.
Just saw some kind of weapon. The sentries. Good to know. Observer right here. Moved somewhere? Okay.
Cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete. Mutation. Forces are mineral field depleted. A creature is under attack. Our drones are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Our forces
Vipers. Hive.
mineral. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete.
Go Scarlett. Kill 'em all. Let the overmind sort 'em out.
Thanks.
Our forces are under attack.
Oh. Never normally kill those in time.
Field depleted. A creep tumor is under attack. Mineral field depleted. A creep tumor is under
More carriers than I was expecting. They're dead. That was a bit very sloppy just now.
our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted.
I was way ahead until just then. Rip. Suppose I'll go over the patch now. My computer's lagging a bit. Maybe it's the stream settings. I changed them a bit before this. Am I dropping frames? No. My computer keeps freezing. For like 2 seconds at a time. Stream is lagging also. Okay, hopefully it fixes soon. Okay, the patch. So,
Oh, hi there. Scarlett FTW. Hope everyone is well. Less than 3.
thank you. Thanks for the sub, Arg my liver. Appreciate it. So, I was one of the people in the discussion for like when we were discussing the changes and such. A lot of the pros are. Like Karsten mentioned, he was in his review. I'm not gonna do like a super serious review. Just gonna go over all the changes. Not gonna make a YouTube video or anything. But if anyone has any questions, then go ahead and ask. Some weird artifacts on your screen. Is your GPU dying? Yeah, I changed the GPU settings on the stream encoding, so maybe I need to switch that back before next stream because it seems a bit glitchy. So the shield battery change, actually this is the one I'm happiest with of all the changes, even though like it has the least effect on pro level games probably of any of the changes here. It was just the most frustrating thing ever to lose to the like Cannon Rush proxy battery with like Robo or proxy Robo Immortals or proxy Void Rays, etc. Wait, let me add this. Yeah, it was the most frustrating thing ever, and it felt like it kind of limited the map makers in a way where they had to spend a lot of time on every map, like making sure that the map wasn't too imba for Cannon Rush. There wasn't like for Romanticide is a good example of a map where like Zergs vetoed it because it was bad in the longer games against Protoss, but the map was also completely broken for Cannon Rush. And like it's a big concern for map makers about like you have to check everywhere to make sure you can't wall spots with 2 feet pylons and such. And this is going to reduce the necessity for that as well when they're, at least for like the PvZ centric Cannon Rushes. For PvP it's a bit different because it's more focused on the main base, but for PvZ it's more about like around the expansion. There's just a lot of issues with, you have to make sure you can't block off something with like 2 pylons or even 3 pylons some of the time with rewall potential. And then a lot of people, like Terrans, have issues with defending the kind of proxy Void Ray plus battery all-ins at like the high diamond Master League, low Grand Master League, mid Grand Master League even. Like the build is so difficult to stop compared to how easy it was to execute. So this also shouldn't really cause too many issues in terms of nerfing shield batteries on the defensive. Because if you start the shield battery after the Nexus, it still starts with 100 energy. So it shouldn't change too much in terms of securing an expansion unless for some reason you wanted to build a shield battery before you even started the Nexus. Which might come up a few times in the PvP matchup, but I don't think that really ever comes up in the other matchups. It might change a bit late game in terms of if people like made areas in the middle of the map with Tempests and then batteries under them. But that wasn't common, and like the shield batteries still gain the energy over time. Yeah, it used to say Nexus Field. There was some typos with in StarCraft to say there's like a T here. Then there was a grammar issue with this. And I think whoever fixed it, their autocorrect automatically changed Nexus to Next. So the initial version of the page said Nexus Field. But yeah, it just means the same area where you could photon overcharge, battery overcharge a battery is the same as this. So that you also get the nice visual indicator when you're going to place the battery. It turns blue if it's going to have less energy or you can't photon overcharge it. Battery overcharge it, and it's green if you can. Autocorrect, yeah, I think it was autocorrect. So Dark Templar now have a 0.75 attack delay after blink. This isn't really going to affect me that much as a Zerg player. This was mainly to do with the PvT matchup. It's also going to have, I think, a somewhat big impact in PvP. But that was less the focus of the change. It was more focused on the PvT matchup where it was incredibly hard to play the game after like trying to take more than 4 bases, because DTs were so supply efficient in terms of the ability to go and snipe a base, as well as they don't show up on sensor towers unlike any other unit really that's coming to harass your base. You could warp them in relatively close to like the base with a warp prism, but like that was not as big of a deal. It's more the fact that unless you leave like a huge amount of army at a base, they could always just kill it with like 10 DT. And yes, 10 DT is expensive, but this is more focused on the kind of the stage of the game where the Protoss has a big economy. So it's more about denying the Terran base in the same way that running a bunch of banelings into a planetary, it's not cost efficient for the Zerg, but it's still useful because you're generally on a much larger economy. And it's a similar situation where the Protoss, a lot of the time, on a much larger economy at the time where they would use this. And it was way more cost efficient than even like branding run buys into planetaries, for example. I think a lot of people took the biggest issue with this change in terms of Protoss players. Because they felt like why is this happening? But yeah, it's mainly PvT, and I think it's a good change. One sec. Okay, one thing that I didn't even realize until yesterday, because a lot of the Protoss players are complaining in relation to the patch notes, because if you look at them, right, there's a Protoss nerf, Protoss nerf, Protoss nerf, Protoss nerf. So there's 4 Protoss nerfs, right? You get a Zerg nerf, a Terran nerf, a Zerg nerf. So like, why is Protoss getting nerfed 4 times? Zerg getting nerfed once or twice, and Zerg getting a small buff, and then Terran getting a buff. And honestly, it's because of the well, first off, like, this is a bigger nerf in terms of for Zerg than like these are for Protoss against Zerg. Like, this is a huge nerf in terms of it allows Protoss way more flexibility with their early game build orders. Like, they won't feel as forced into playing Twilight or Robo on maps like Curious Minds, Berlingrad, all the small maps where there was no real effective way to open Stargate safely, and Stargate is like so much better of a build order against Zerg than any of the other build orders. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and some people aren't understanding. They're like, well, if Voider is getting nerfed, why is Queen Walk getting nerfed? Because there isn't Queen Walks to counter Voiders. And it's kind of, this is not really true. In a lot of ways, like the 2 Stargate Voider build was meant to counter Queen Walks. On any like mid-sized map where Queen Walks would have been an issue in the past against a Protoss opening Oracle into ground, Queen Walk is much stronger against that kind of build than it was against the 2 Stargate Voider. Because with 2 Stargate Voider, you're intending to overpower the queens with batteries supported. Voider is supported by batteries. Whereas if you're switching into ground, there's no way to overpower the queens with your oracles, right? And it comes at a time where you have no Twilight upgrade, you have no Forge upgrade, and you have to be adding all your production as a Protoss player. So it's very hard to stop a Queen Walk if you're opening Oracle into ground. A lot of the Protoss, like, it was just better to play 1 Stargate into Void Ray than to play 2 Stargate Void Ray, except for the case of Queen Walk. Like, the 2nd Stargate is made specifically so you can chronobost out extra Void Rays to stop a Queen Walk. So this change... So if you just nerf this by itself, like, it's not going to mean Zerg isn't Queen Walking, right? And if you nerf Queen Walk, like, Protoss is still gonna... They're gonna play Void Ray, but they're gonna play even greedier. So just rush to Sky Toss, and like, the game is gonna be worse. Zerg Queen Bust doesn't work if they go Nidus after Overlord speed after creeping with Overlord. It hits later, so the Protoss has more of an opportunity to scout and react to it. In terms of the very fast ones, it wasn't quite clear when you're scouting a lot of the time. Because the Roachborn isn't that much earlier with a Queen Walk than with the standard defensive build. And like, you're not taking gases that much faster. Whereas if you want to go Nidus, like, you have plenty of time to scout the Nidus and then spread stuff out to stop the Nidus from coming up, right? Or if you're talking about like the one with the Queen drop, it hits later. You see the Overlord speed, right? You need the layer done. It's not like you're coming, you just start sending the queens across at a time where it's not that much different than if you're just macroing. Like, it was much harder to scout the earlier Queen Walks than it is to scout the later ones. And it also makes the execution much harder for Zerg in those kind of builds where you have to worry about Your queens are always on creep at the time. If there's ramps, it makes things more awkward for the Zerg. So I was gonna say, another thing is that just balancing the game 100% based on who wins the world championship, I think is quite a silly way of going about it. Because I want to show you something. If you look at the PVZ overall tournament games in last month, like despite the fact that the Zerg won Katowice last month, right? This is like the most imbalanced a matchup has been in terms of average overall tournament games since 2010. Like it's the first time it's been like more than 60%. Before that it was like 58.5%. And this is because it's so hard to play against Skytoss in some of these builds as lower level players. It's just so much harder for the Zerg player if you can't micro corruptors against carriers plus multiple types of spellcasters. And even then, like, it's so hard to survive to the point where you have a reasonable army. So the goal of the patch should be to give Protoss more of a chance at the very, very top level, but also it should be attempting to make Zerg have more of a chance below the very, very, very top level. Because if you look at like Master League, Grandmaster League, most tournament results, they heavily favor Protoss. Despite what a lot of the people's arguments is based on, which is simply who wins WCS Europe or who wins Katowice, right? People lose interest if the race is not represented in the pro scene. Yeah, exactly. But that's why I'm saying, like, you need to have changes that are aimed at the very top level while also having like changes that are also aimed at the lower level. So you don't. I think part of the problem with Zerg, if you look at the race since 2017, since like the post BlizzCon patch in 2017 until now, the race has been nerfed a few times, and despite that, right, Zerg keeps winning. Zerg has won every BlizzCon since 2017. Zerg has won every Katowice since 2017. So a lot of people are frustrated, right? But this isn't as much to do with, in my opinion at least, it's not as much to do with the patches. It's not like Zerg keeps getting buffed, Protoss keeps getting nerfed through the patches since this time. It's that there's been a few improvements on especially the mechanic side of what the top Zergs are using and what they figured out. That means that very, very, very top level Zerg has way more potential than they did since like pre-2017. First in 2017, Rogue discovered the modern way that people do injects nowadays, which is, it's like a setup where you have the queens on a hotkey, and then I'm not as good at it, but I know I can try and demonstrate it a bit. Where you have the queens on the hotkey, and then you use the camera locations, and then you like have a pattern with your fingers where you can eject all 4 bases in like half a second. And this frees up a lot of time for the Zerg to be doing other stuff. And then also there's another big thing where people started using keyboards that allow you to increase the repeat rate a lot faster than the normal Windows settings allowed you to. And then in Windows 10, there was also a change where in the operating system where you could do this through the registry, which everyone uses nowadays at the pro level. Like everyone uses it. The Protoss use it, the Zerg use it. But this increased repeat rate, it helps Zerg way more than it helps the other races. Because if you're producing units, you have 40 larvae and you want to build 40 pairs of Zerglings, now you can do it like 5 times as fast as you used to build it, or maybe even more than 5 times. If you're spreading creep, you can hold down like the C key and wave your mouse across the screen, and you can spread creep way faster with a lot of tumors than you used to be able to do. And changes like this have mean that at the very top level, Zerg it's a lot stronger than it used to be. It's like not specifically to do with balance patches in the game itself that causes this, in my opinion at least. So, Because Zerg has the most potential with like creep spread, right? What's the equivalent of Protoss player spreading creep? Like there's really nothing. Even Chrono Boost, right? Chrono Boost, it's simpler to do than Injex. But like you're limited at a much lower level as a Protoss pro gamer in what you can do with Chrono Boost. Whereas until you get to like the very, very top Zergs in the world, they're always getting better with Injects. And now like they're all like perfect at it basically. If you look at Cyril, Raynor, Rogue, like they've basically perfect Injects now. Whereas with Chrono Boost, like what can you do? You Chrono Boost your Forge or your upgrade every 30 seconds. Like every once in a while you go and Chrono Boost some Stargates. It's much easier for the Protoss players to maximize the potential of this, whereas the potential of creep spread is much bigger, and the potential of injecting is, at least I think, is a little bit bigger than with Chrono Boost in terms of in a longer game. So let me try and demonstrate the injecting. So what you have is you have your queens. You have like 4 queens on a control group. And what people used to do in the past was they would press like F1 for the camera key, select the queen, inject, click, right? F2, select, inject, F3, select, inject, F4, and select. And you could do it pretty quickly. But now people have them all on a hotkey, 1 at each base. And then I've rebound my larva also to space for this, but you can like do it like that. Way faster than that, actually, if you're doing it in an actual game. Like that. And, I mean, if you're looking at Cyril, Raynor, Rogue, they do it, like, even significantly quicker than that. So, like, the fact that Zerg now have effectively infinite larvae in a macro game has made the race much better at using stuff like Lingbane in a longer game without being forced to spend a lot of money on macro hatches and stuff. I'm kind of rambling, I suppose, but trying to talk about what I mean, where the problem at the pro level hasn't been balance patches in terms of making Zerg stronger, I think. It's just mechanical adjustments with the top players. Jack Attack was the first to discover this back in 2014. Oh, what do you mean by that? Okay, other changes. Void Ray. So the Void Ray got buffed. It got buffed 4 times at once in the last patch before this, which was build time from 43 to 37, mineral cost to 50 to 200. The speed got increased, and then the flux vein speed got increased. And personally, I think that 4 buffs to 1 unit in 1 patch, like it's a bit pushing it, right? It made the unit going from basically being never built to spammed every game in terms of PvZ or being super strong with all-ins. So this isn't making Void Ray like worse than it's ever been. It's just reverting 2 of the 4 buffs. And yes, they're probably the 2 more significant buffs I got, but it's not gonna like make Void Ray to what it was pre mid 2020 patch. It's just toning it down to it's not as strong as it is right now. And I personally prefer like these 2 changes than if you were to like say instead of the mineral cost you do the move speed nerf. And the reason for that is in terms of using it on the defensive, if you didn't do this and instead did the move speed nerf, like it doesn't really disincentivize the Protoss from going 1 Stargate and making like 3 or 4 Void Rays from it. Because in the past builds they still had like time when the Stargate was idle in like the standard build order. So like this alone doesn't change that. And then in terms of using on the defensive, like the move speed doesn't really do anything. So I'm happy with these 2 changes over like the move speed nerf instead. Do you think we still get the 4 voids into Disruptor to carrier games or directly Sky Toss? I think you'll still see one Void Ray a lot of the time. Like, people will experiment with going multiple oracles with no other Stargate unit. Maybe some people will try Phoenix into oracles, like they did in the past, like 1 Phoenix, 3 Oracle. But I think 1 Void Ray into like 2 Oracles can be pretty common as well. I don't think there's a reason to make a bunch of Void Rays anymore though, because you're not really as worried about the Queen Walk. And even 1 Void Ray against the kind of build where you fly your Overlords across the map, your Queens across the map in Overlord and the drop creep, that kind of Queen attack like we saw in the past. The Void Ray is still going to be quite nice against that because it can significantly slow down the speed where the Zerg can actually get the units across the map. They have to drop the Queens, fight off the Void Ray, and then the Void Ray can pull back, and then they have to keep doing that. So yeah, the Queen, this is specifically targeted at late game PvZ. Some people have brought up issues where like they say it could cause an issue with a CVZ 13-12 defense, for example, where you kind of want 2 queens on the ramp and they need to transfuse each other. That's actually something to keep in mind. I think on the current map, well, it's not an issue because you get creep on your ramp on all the maps, but it could definitely be an issue in the future. One thing I can say, I'm allowed to say about this patch, because we were under an NDA, so we can't say everything right about what we talk about internally. But they said we can talk about the intentions with the patch. And this patch was intended to come out before Katowice. Like, that's what, when the people were all discussing what changes to do, we were under the impression that these were going to be pre-Katowice changes. So there's nothing like crazy in the patch to go live. It was intended to go live before Katowice, like in terms of when we were discussing what changes to do. So a lot of people are like, well, why isn't there anything big? And it's because the intention was to not break the game before Katowice, but like make the game more interesting, fix some of the more broken stuff before Katowice, which I think is something important to note. And then Widowmine, reduced effectiveness of drilling claws. These 2 changes are just to give more counterplay against these 2 units, Widowmine and Lurker. Right now, if you drop Drilling Claws Widowmine on a mineral line, like, you don't have time to pull the workers away before like the Widowmine will shoot. And also the Lurker running up in range of an enemy army, being able to burrow and then still trade cost efficiently against it. This isn't gonna like completely get rid of the fact that Lurkers can run into combat and burrow, but it's just a first step towards addressing that. Like, it'll make it less oppressive. You have more time to react by scanning before your units stop firing. And there's going to be less cases where you want to run it into an army and burrow, which I think is a good thing. Can you read the Battle.net forum comments on the patch? No, I cannot. So will there be a crazy change? I mean, who knows? Who knows? I'm hoping, I can say I'm hoping that there's bigger changes in the future, but like, there might be, there might not be. I have no info about if it's gonna happen. Even if I did have info, I couldn't tell you because we have an NDA. And then the Nidus Swarm, I think just, this is like such a minor buff, and the only intention with this is that you can still put queens as like the units in a Nidus to come out first, then you can transfuse it. I think a lot of people already mentioned this. It's just to not make Niduses significantly worse paired with queens. And I think this could have been more clear in like the post itself. Like if there was some intentions written out with each change, and like this was right next to the queen change, it would make a bit more sense. I think that's it for the notes themselves. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and ask and I'll play some more games soon. You heard I was responsible for the Nidus creep buff? No, I don't think so. I I'm pretty sure I was not. No. I'm like 99% sure I was not. It was a long time ago, so I don't really remember. Do you think queen walks are still viable? I think they'll still be tried in some ways, more so with overlord speed against specific oracle into ground openings, but I think they're going to be much less common. Are protests underpowered? Like, it really depends, as I was talking about earlier, on what level you're talking about. In the lower pro level, no. At the top pro level, yes. At the GM level, definitely no. The master level, definitely no. What do you think about the cancel hatch into tumor trick? It's kind of awkward to pull off. Because you have to build a hatchery, and then you can't even cancel a hatchery instantly or the creep will disappear faster. You have to wait like 2 seconds, then cancel it, move the queen on. It's going to be a bit awkward to use. And if you're trying to fight the Protoss at the same time, it's going to be very awkward to do. Another thing with the transfuse change is it might be a bit stronger to make a faster third queen and then put a creep tumor before you take your third. Because otherwise defending kind of Ling Bane attacks in ZVZ is going to be a bit more difficult if you're not able to transfuse. So I think it's going to have a slight impact in ZVZ. Against Terra, not so much. More so if you make a mistake where you accidentally walk your queens off creep. Maybe a little bit, like sometimes in the very late game, if you're doing like if you do a Broodlord switch and then you attack right away, and then sometimes you pull all your queens forward to transfuse them, and like, that'll be a bit weaker as well. Do I think the game is in a good state overall right now? No. I think it'll be better after the patch. But I think PvZ is quite silly matchup currently. Was the atmosphere in Katowice a bit tense because of the nearby war and stuff? Yeah, a little bit after the 24th. A lot of the players had their flights cancelled and stuff, and then a few people were a bit more nervous because we were not that far away from Ukraine. But like time isn't unable to go back to China until April even. Because there's no flights. That's partially due to their COVID restrictions, and I think the one flight that was available before then did get cancelled, so. A lot of the Koreans were stuck in like Amsterdam or France, I think, on their way home. Because all the flights normally fly through Russia or Ukraine, and those all got cancelled, and then the rebooked ones, a bunch of them got cancelled as well. So it was a bit of a situation. Sign is back? Oh, okay. He was there for a lot longer than most of the other players, though, I think. Yeah. I don't want to talk too much about the politics, though, in the chat, so please refrain from doing so. Attack this probe. Gonna delete any messages about politics stuff. if people keep commenting. Oops.
Our forces are under attack.
I think the zealot came back actually. Yeah.
Are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Make more spine colors. Just need to survive basically, because can always do damage with speedlings across the map.
Our forces are under attack. The hive cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
It's coming.
Our forces are under attack.
Gonna switch to NA. This guy is dead, right? Yeah, yeah. Play some NA ladder. It's crazy how hard it was to defend such an easy build to do. I made a few mistakes though, or it would have been much easier. I could just leave the spines in the main base middle line. Send way more links across the map. Not lose the queen for free at the natural, etc. Thank you, ladders heart, for the sub. Is any problem with the transfuse when blocking the ramp? Not really, not really. I think there's also builds that are very good. I think not as many people know it below like the top level that give you creep in the main base quickly against Protoss and Terran. I didn't say that, Cass. I said ladder's heart. Yeah, that give you creep in the main base, so that are very good builds. Like Raynor uses these builds that give you so much creep in the main base already. Laser too, I saw. Ladders heart. Always wanted to ask, did you sell your bitcoins from Total Biscuit show match against 90 back in 2014? I did. As soon as there was like an easy exchange that you could use in Canada, which wasn't for a while, I sold them. Didn't get that much for them, compared to the current price at least. Maybe $200 each? I don't know. Feels bad, man. I think this is Rocker. Can you go over how you inject a bit more? I believe either Lambo or maybe Sort of has a video on YouTube about the inject method. It's the same one that they would use. The only difference is I also rebound. I added space as a hotkey for inject just to make it easier to press the hotkey quickly. So if you check out their YouTubes, there's a video on it somewhere. I think on Lambo's. So this is, I think Rocker was a infamous NA cannon rusher. Going a Nexus first into Cannon Rush. The classic build. Classic NA build. So I'm gonna send a drone down as soon as this probe does anything suspicious. Classic NA ladder experience. Creep first. How many drones did I lose? I don't know, like 4. It's fine. Don't mind. There's no tech forever, so I don't have to make any defense for anything else. It's gonna be a probe, like, trying to take this base sometime. Probably. Oh, there we are, there we are. You get to learn how these NA players play. There's gonna be a base here soon if I didn't catch this probe. Oh. Oh, I messed up. It's gonna be 2 adepts into Stargate. No more game units, no +1. This is how I have the highest number on any ladder, even higher than the players that are better. It's 'cause I know all the NA tricks, secret strats.
Our forces are under attack.
Forgot my roach horn though. Spread some vision around.
Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete. Mineral field depleted.
What is this? My graphics card's exploding.
Mineral field depleted.
Just making queens. Standard Zerg stuff.
Our forces are under attack. Mutation complete. Metamorphosis. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Make sure that I don't die to voiders down there.
Unacceptable command. Our forces are under attack.
Oops. Void race.
The hive cluster is under attack.
It was scarier than it had any right to be. Should have had my infestors ready.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Mineral unacceptable command.
Get rid of this prism.
Acceptable. Depleted. Mineral field depleted.
I need to trade off some of these roaches soon. The forge, maybe? Just a complete wall here, Jesus.
Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack. Complete.
grenades.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
If I had a tip for lower level Zergs trying to play the late game more, it would be don't take bases too fast. Makes it so much harder to defend. Put less pressure if you expand faster than you need to. Big vials. Yeah, it's just don't take more bases than you need for your drones. Unless you're about to mine out at a base.
Mineral field depleted.
If you want to play it like the super late game at least. And it becomes way more straightforward. Ling Bane, counterattacks, rest your army defense. Oh, thanks.
Mineral field depleted.
And don't overmake drones as well after the... Don't overmake drones. Once you feel like they have an army ready to pressure you, you don't need the drones. You don't need the bases. Voids are good in late game death comp. Yeah, you want some of them. Pre-split a bit before the fight. The reason for them is that carriers don't actually trade very well against corruptors, but voids trade very good against corruptors. So the only thing that the voiders are weak against is the AoE spellcasters. So you want a few voids at least. How many groups do you have in late game? Corruptor Viper on 1. Infestors on 1. Ground Army on 1. And then Brood Lords on 1. And then Queens if I have them on 1. So 4 to 5. Where's Cats? This is what I was talking about earlier. Like if you look at ladder, there's like Protoss everywhere. Protoss, Protoss, Protoss. Where's Cats? Where's Cats? Here. Should watch Care Ladder? What's Care Ladder like, Rex? How many drones do you want in late game CVP? You want like around 90 at first, and then you don't really want to replace them as you start adding spores. You go down to like 70. And then if the Protoss start sacking probes, then you want to go down to like 60 even, 50. Care Ladder all Zerg. Nice. Have I been playing Brood War? Not in a while. No. Zerg Abuser. Who's this? Is this Epic or someone off racing? Oh my god. What is going on? Oh no. My graphics card is not happy. This dropped. Gotta turn them all into buildings. Definitely changing my encoding settings before I stream again. Hope this is not every drone. Just don't look at it. Don't look at it. It's only the middle of the map and my drones. Oh no, the drones are coming. I'll see if I can win a game like this. Against a 6K player. Trying to end it quickly. Is it his drones too? Let's find out. Oh, yeah. It's a lot of things. Oh my god, I can't see anything.
Our forces are under attack.
Shouldn't have finished that. What do I do? Let's do it all in, I suppose. Just so that we don't have to deal with this. Oh my god, what is happening?
Our forces are under attack.
Have you tried turn 90 off on again? Ha 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 ha.
Turn what? Oh, turn it on and off. I haven't. It would fix it this stream at least. I don't know if I'm winning or not. Are we doing it? Oh my god. How am I even playing like this? Layer on the way. Yeah, let's see if I can win blind. Two more drones. Can I even scout when I can't click on anything? What's that, spire?
Mutation complete.
Got it.
Depleted.
Making hydras at home. Who's winning the fight? Who knows?
Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete. Our forces are under attack.
Like Roach Hydra and go attack. Oops, killed my own unit.
Mineral mutation depleted.
Let's go attack.
Forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete.
Oops. Hey, come on, man. Where are you buying it? I can't even see. Still one. Okay, let's restart StarCraft. That was a bit hard to win that game. Pull the drones on purpose. Yeah.
Deserve a sub for that win.
Thank you. It was a rough one. If it keeps happening, try underclocking the GPU by slightly adjusting fan speeds. Yeah, I just switched my encoding settings on my GPU for the streaming before the stream today, so probably related to the graphical issues. Oh, Maury, thank you, thank you. You don't want to test out? I think it's just kind of, it's not going to be consistent. Like, it didn't happen any of the games I played today. Happened with the probes in that one game or soccer. Yeah, yeah. Also, it's been freezing a little bit on my end. I don't know if you see that, but it says there's no top frames, but I get a couple second freeze on my desktop sometimes. Control Shift Windows and B at the same time. Let me Google that to make sure. I never knew that before. Never knew that. I'll try it if there's an issue like that again. Pig with the raid. Thank you. Thank you so much for the raid. Really appreciate it. Sounds like your video card is screwed. Make sure it's connected properly. It never happened before today, so I don't think the GPU is broken. Your tech support, you get paid for this stuff? Ah, know the secret shortcuts. Yeah, Pig, you should, since you've been doing those casts of my VOD games, you should look at the game right before this in the VOD. Maybe try casting that on your YouTube. If I didn't get triggered at all. Might have got a bit triggered if I lost, I don't know. I don't really care about the MMR though, so. Epilepsy warning? Probably, yes. Hogedra. Some CVP action. What's the build to use? Gonna pull out the old hatch block. Block the Protoss natural build. Haven't used it in quite some time. Scott, thank you. Okay, let's how do we do this? Okay, first we block, take this. We go around now. Build a hatchery here. Probably sent the drone in a tad early.
The hive cluster is under attack.
This is the response you want to see if you try this build. You want them to attack your hatchery with probes because it puts you ahead. Costs them more to attack it like this than it does for you to do this hatch cancel thing. So I'm quite happy with how this turned out. If you're really fast, you can make an Evo, but I'm not that fast. Kind of sad I lost the drone by trying that. And the Nexus started, but we have a big advantage with the speed of our Nexus, our hatchery. I'm just gonna have to worry about 2 adepts possibly coming across. Could be a stalker as well. One adapt. No second unit. That's solid for me. I assume it's going to be a Stargate follow-up. Go check that with our Overlord. Nothing on the way, so I'm not concerned about losing. Not concerned about losing my Overlord to a Stalker. I was trying to say. Game Void Ray, no Chrono Boost. Rope Panda 6 month subs. The name font's so weird. Oh, I'm using this Warcraft 3 Night Elf console, which changes the text a bit. I can't use this in tournaments though because there's a bug with using consoles in tournaments, unfortunately. Or like with the observer mods. So it gives your opponent your console if you try and set one. Okay, Voider into Oracle. Pretty standard. Oh, there's a probe here.
Apparently in 5 months sub here, Pock.
Thank you, Maples, for the 5 months. I'm gonna use the tried and true Queen Walk build order while I still can. Might as well mine these patches out. Okay, I don't feel bad about it because this Protoss opponent is also using stuff that's getting patched out.
Mineral field defeated.
Illegal build order.
I'm not the only one. Oh. Got hit with the biles. Illegal build order. Hello, Ophidian. Thanks for the sub. Tech Jess. Thank you for the sub as well. What's this?
This game was never winnable. I was so far behind after the start, there wasn't anything I could do. I got really unlucky with the medevac. The fact he had 3 stalkers at the ramp just didn't make any sense, but it was the perfect defense in that case.
I just opened the link that Time sent me. What's the standard layer timing in ZVP? Late 4 minutes. Like 440, 450-ish. Time says he's watching the top 1 Terran how to play StarCraft 2. Missing transfused to simulate new patch poggies? Exactly. Have I played Warcraft 3 before? I played a lot of custom maps in Warcraft 3 like before StarCraft 2 came out. Watching ASL 13? I have not. Maybe I should. I like watching Mini play before, so I should check out his games. I saw Bisu was back. I was a bit surprised. Three letters from typing that link. I think it was just Heroine's latest stream VOD. Should cast some tournaments. If I'm back in Korea, I might do some casting with Jake again. Don't think I would cast from here though. I enjoyed the casts with Jake, like we ran the anonymous tournaments and such in the past. Same Protoss player. Hey, we're not getting our natural blocks. Always good to see. Deja vu. Yeah, we can't put that on VODs anymore, unfortunately. Getting DMCA'd, I'm sure. Cypher's F, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Stop him from stealing my minerals. The term deja vu? No, the song. Probably. You can't use random music in your streams anymore on the VODs, or you'll get DMCA warnings or bans or whatever. Move back a bit in case it's a stalker. That. Double crown. I'm just gonna try and run by. Oh, okay, it's a stalker. Never mind. So I don't think it's Stargate. Wasn't paying enough attention. One spore just in case. 350 Rotron. Okay, double gas. So we don't have to be worried about some adept kind of attack. That's more likely to be DTs, right, if anything. So move that spore here to block entrance to the main base from DTs. Okay, we see the DTs. It's gonna add a spore in the main. Oops, lost all of those.
Our forces are under attack.
Just need to see how much gas. Seems like pretty late 5th and 6th gas, so I'm mostly concerned about kind of timing attack.
Metamorphosis complete. Unacceptable command.
Yeah, we see. Really late gas there. So we're gonna stay pretty low tech. Gonna make 6 mutas. And then just pure army other than that.
Our forces are under attack.
Should have some Ravagers, obviously.
Mineral depleted.
having 0 Ravagers was a little silly. A little silly. Safer to just not make the mutas there when you're convinced they're gonna push. Just make the Ravagers instead. Then you have like no chance of taking any damage. Team GP's Cham. Haven't seen him in a while. +1 attack? Yes. How cold is it? It's not that cold anymore. It is... Oh, it's -8 right now, so I guess it's a little cold. It's warm during the day, though. Some ZVZ action. I'm gonna go pull first. He likes to 12 pull sometimes. It's a hard map to defend it. With Hatch first. Anything below 70 is cold. I think you die at 70 degrees. Humans can't survive that hot. Freedom units. No freedom here. Oh, snuck past his lings. Oh, don't lose that.
Our forces are under attack. Unacceptable command.
Hope I didn't miss a drone go out. Didn't see one. There's no third eye. Cancel the Bailiness, of course.
Metamorphosis complete.
Okay, there is. Overlord, hello.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
was no bueno.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Getting roach all into. I'm pretty sure I'm dead.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
I did get banelings. That's just GG. Just losing my 4 banelings instantly lost me the game there. Actually, I was gonna say I was gonna take a quick break because I haven't taken a break all stream. Guess I'll do it after the game. ZVZ again. If any mods could update the patch command to say I talked about it in the VOD, be great. Do I have a Discord? There is a Discord for this stream. Yes. Ah, yeah, very cool. Very cool, my dude. Very cool. Okay, one more game. That was not a real game. It's just a waste of time playing that on ladder. Oh, that wasn't my spine in my base. The Evos is to block their spines from going up. Okay, I'll take a quick 2-minute break. I'll be back in a couple minutes. See you in a minute. I need a be right back screen for my stream, I think. Just to make it clear. Do you think Corruptor instead of Muta in ZVT could work? Corruptor... I mean, a lot of the goal with with Mutas and ZVT is to get damage done. Which you really don't have as much opportunity to do if you go Corruptor. People tried it in the past some years ago, but not anytime recently. Because you don't want to let them just take a bunch of bases and make planetaries and sensor towers and ghosts. And Corruptors kind of lets them do that way more easily than Mutas. Like, you don't really have a timing Your only timing would be Broodlords, which aren't that good if they know it's coming. Yeah, offensively, at least. Bad Manner, thank you for the $20. Thanks so much, appreciate it. Ah, the classic copy pasta. Tricked you, your good manner? Got me. I'm fine getting got. I saw that on someone's stream yesterday, this copy pasta as well. Okay, it's a command. Do I watch our Toasters' stream? From time to time. Haven't in a while. Everyone throwing their points away. Channel points. You don't watch Artosis, you experience it. True. Do I still dabble in map making? Not map making itself. No. I did some stuff with like the StarCraft AI a year or two ago. ZZ. Not a fan of when people use 12 bolt drone pull on ladder. It's like the biggest waste of time ever. Requires zero effort. I mean, like, there's nothing you can improve upon while doing it. Like, there's no point practicing it. It's just wasting both people's time. I guess the defender has a bit more opportunity to get better at responding, but... 10 minutes to queue up, 3 minutes to drone pull? Yeah, it's just silly. This is the best skin? Yeah, this is the best console skin. Like, I don't mind 12 pull, no drone pull. It's like, you know, it's, don't mind it. Decision making happens, micro happens. Whereas 12 pull, drone pull is just the biggest waste of time ever.
Hive cluster is under attack.
I didn't start my queen in time. Oh, okay. That build. Solid. Guess I'm supposed to scout for the spine. I think you are. You're supposed to send a drone out from your gas to make sure this isn't happening. 12 blows decisions, but not if you always decide to commit harder. I mean, even in that game, there's lots of decisions from the opponent. More so than a 12 blow drone pull. Peely peely. Prepare for some 2-base all-in play, I suppose. The one thing oh no. It's just the Evo that's bugged. Some players say they don't like barcodes on ladder, but I really don't mind playing against barcodes. Like, it's harder to build bad habits of like blind countering your opponent if they're on a barcode, right? Like, if this was a barcode, I'd just be playing as if it's any other game, whereas I see it's peely peely, so mentally I'm thinking, oh, he's probably gonna 2-base all in or adept or something. Which is just a little worse practice, perhaps. It's easy to be a bit lazier in your overall scouting and just scout for more what you're expecting them to do. Here we go again.
Metamorphosis complete.
Let's make a spore here to be safe. A bit safer.
Our forces are under attack.
you guys. There's the blink.
Under attack. Metamorphosis.
That should be good for us. He should run out of minerals in his bases eventually. Trading, trading, trading. Desperation blowing forward. Oh? No way, right? Am I getting Protossed? No, 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 no. No Protossing today.
Mineral depleted.
That was a bit scary. Don't know. Don't know. Maybe a couple drones less would be a little better. I should be able to hold with that many. I no Evo or anything, which is important. My second game against Zona IM, I made an Evo before he took the third base, so I deserve to lose that game. Do your bios do anything? It forces him to move a lot. Less DPS, has to retreat, you know, micro. They hit a few times, but it doesn't usually hit. Spinner McGee, thank you, thank you. Thanks for the 6 months. CVZ. Doesn't like Evo chambers. What's the command? Control Shift Windows B. Control Shift Windows B. Maybe I have the Windows key disabled. Yeah. Actually, I don't want it. Maybe it'll crash the stream because I'm streaming with the GPU. What are the odds we're getting 12 bull drone pulled again? It's non-zero. Seem to be safe. So natural, okay, okay. highly suspicious. Oh no, the evil. Wait, let me test it. Let me test it. Control Shift Windows B. Hopefully I didn't just break the stream. Stream still working? Oh no. What's that? Something else is even more bugged up now. Oh my god. Hopefully we can hold for the rest of the stream. Supply blocked while doing that.
Our forces are under attack.
Maybe some muta or something. Don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
Okay, so we're not worried about any roach timing sitting super early. Just add spores.
The high cluster is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Our forces are under attack.
We're just gonna defend on 3 base. Take this 4th.
Metamorphosis complete.
Change of plans.
Metamorphosis complete.
And send the roaches.
Mineral field depleted.
We don't want to show we have
Depleted.
burrow move if we can help it. So Don't want to show this roach. That's a very low drone count.
Metamorphosis complete. Metamorphosis complete.
And we're just gonna slowly expand.
A creep tumor is under attack. Mutation complete. Mineral field depleted. Our forces are under attack. Metamorphosis complete.
Gonna push when maxed out. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten this second Evo. I don't think it's necessary. Oops, I abducted the parasite bomb going.
Metamorphosis complete.
Okay, we have all our upgrades. Defense at all our bases. Oh.
Mineral field
Little costly.
depleted. Mineral
Probably should have scouted it one more time for the follow-up tech.
field depleted. Our forces are under attack. A creature is under attack.
It's back. Graphics card is having issues today. I'll play one more game, and that'll be it for today. WTL's back? Yes, it's back in April. And daylight savings is finally ending, so I get to play an hour later than last season. No more 6 a.m. gameplay. It's 7 a.m. gameplay now. Daylight saving should be removed. I agree. Actually, Ontario, the province I'm in, I think they voted to remove it under if the neighboring states and provinces also remove it, then it's going away here. But we have to get like New York on board, so who knows when that'll happen. Quebec also wants to remove it. Did it like legislation pass to remove it if the neighboring province is scared of it? What's the point of daylight savings? I think it was an attempt to have it so when kids were going to school in the morning, it wouldn't be so dark during the winter. Something like that. But I mean, it's dark anyways. Just like a month later. Because school starts so early. I feel like school should start a little bit later. But it's probably time so that parents can drop off their kids before they have to commute to work. Or something of that nature. But I had to leave the house at like 7 a.m. when I was young. I think I saw a probe, right? Which is just too early. Who wants to leave the house at 7 a.m.? 7 a.m. is completely unreasonable.
Scarlett number 1 less than 3 less than 3.
Hello, Logic. Thank you for the resub, appreciate it. So I'll leave the Overlord here on this map. There's no Overlord post, so we gotta have somewhere where we can retreat if there's a stalker. Oh, I only put 2 on gas. Little mistake. Double chrono. Gonna make creep over here. Second queen. Oh no.
Our forces are under attack.
Oops. Oh, it's stalker. Okay. Always like when they double chrono boost in the second unit's a stalker. Put 3 back on gas. don't think. Now the adepts will see that.
Metamorphosis complete.
I'm gonna run this up. I think it's a reasonable thing to do. We're gonna make lings. Oh, there's a robe on the wall. Interesting. Okay, it's DTs. That's very good for us. Even went home, so we can't take any damage. Very, very good. This is kind of why people stop playing. Stop playing DT openings. It's because Queenling, rather than Roach defenses, just puts the Zerg so far ahead. Yeah, it's probably charge. We have a 3-base saturation, so I can make an Evo actually. And I assume it's just gonna be a timing, like we saw earlier. I'm even gonna add some queens.
Metamorphosis complete. Forces are under attack. A creature is under attack. A creature is under attack.
The super committed version. There's so few probes at the third.
Are under attack.
Some more graphical issues. Jesus. See a whiskey, hello. Oh, I missed your big bit donation from the last stream. I noticed it after the stream ending, but the huge 120,000 bits from last stream, or 12,000 bits. Anyways, I missed it. But thank you so much for that last week as well, Sea of Whiskey. But I was just about to end the stream after that game. So, gonna do that, find someone to raid, and I'll get these graphical issues taken care of before next stream. I was considering doing like a second weekly stream, since I've been doing Saturday, so I might be back on Wednesday, next week. No guarantee on that. I'll post in the Discord. If I do. But I will be back next Saturday for sure. So, if I'm not back on Wednesday, I'll be back on Saturday. At a similar time, 5:30 Eastern time. I'm gonna host Uko. Uko stopped by the stream earlier. So go show some love to Uko, Zerg, NA Zerg, like me. And see you next week. Bye bye. Thanks for watching, everybody.